All right, welcome back to Mind and Magic. Today I was going outside and I was reminded that this is the time of year where things start cooling off, and as a result, some insects try to invade your home so they could stay warm. In this part of the country, we get the dreaded stink bugs that invade every fall. As soon as I stepped outside, I had several come at me, one of which made it into the back garage door before I could close it. And it reminded me about other things that try to invade your home, namely entities, and what we can do to make sure that that doesn't happen. So let's get into it.
For God's sake! How do you stop it?
Alright, so I'm probably going to title this video Demon Invaders or something, which will be included in this, but it's far more likely that you'll attract lower astral entities, the so-called shadow people and the like, especially if you're performing magic without taking precautions to defend your home. So the very first piece of advice would be to not call up what you can't put down. Right? Don't be summoning anything that you can't handle, that you can't get rid of. Don't be playing with Ouija boards, because with a Ouija board, you don't know what you're calling up. It's not up to you. And if you're performing invocations or evocations, always close doors behind you. And we've gone over that before. Don't call up any entity, angelic or otherwise. It matters not. And then do your operation and dismiss them, but leave the door wide open for anything else to just come through. Always close the door and seal your circle when you're finished. An ounce of prevention is really worth a pound of cure here. So don't call up what you can't put down and always close doors behind you. The next way to shore up your home's defenses is a house blessing. But before we could do that, you really need to clean your home. And I mean thoroughly. For those who have taken the Laws of Magic course, we've already gone over these. But for those who haven't, I'm giving you a starting point. Because this is Law of Magic number 1. Get your house in order. And I'm not just talking about your temple or the sacred space that you're doing your magical work. I'm talking about your entire house. A lot of people's homes are filthy disasters. And if yours is one of them, it's going to prevent you from a lot of things. First off, lower astral entities are attracted to filth and clutter. It's what they correspond to. It's what they thrive in. So don't just sweep things under the rug. You need to clean under the rug. You need to clean the closets. You need to clean in the corners. You have to find the grime and get rid of it. Under furniture where dust bunnies accumulate, these are places that give entities footholds into your home. Some of you may recall that when I first started this channel, I talked about my $3,000 rainbow vacuum, which I still have, by the way. And that wasn't a flex. That was to show you how important it is to do deep cleaning and get as much dirt and filth out of your home as you possibly can. The good and benevolent entities are attracted to cleanliness, and troublesome malevolent entities are attracted to dirt and grime. And that's just for starters. The state of your home has a major impact on your subconscious mind, because disorganization and clutter is evidence of a cluttered mind. And if you want to know more, check out the Laws of Magic on mindandmagic.com. But I will say this much. Wealthy people do not have cluttered homes. And people already know this subconsciously, because anytime on TV that they want to portray wealth, they show a rather large but clean home. And when they want to show poverty and squalor, they'll show a messy, unkept home. Plus, everything is an input and output system. How do you ever expect to bring more in if you don't have the room for it? So you really need to toss out all your old crap that you'll never use and keep your home clean. I can't stress the importance of this enough. That's why it's Law of Magic number 1. It is that foundational to your practice. Now, after you've done all that, then we can cleanse and bless the home. And I use the spiritual meaning of the word cleanse here, unlike the physical cleaning that you just did in your home. Now, if you're already having trouble with entities, then this is going to take the form of censing and asperging. Incense, which a lot of people use white sage for this purpose, and asperging with holy water. while reading scripture. Now, there are many scripture verses and prayers that you could do to bless your home. Samuel 28 and 29 are pretty good for this particular purpose. Sovereign Lord, you are God. Your covenant is trustworthy, and you have promised these good things to your servant. Now be pleased to bless the house of your servant, that it may continue forever in your sight. For you, Sovereign Lord, have spoken, and with your blessing, the house of your servant will be blessed forever. But again, if you're already trying to evict some entities that are there already, you may have to get a little more firm with them and command them to leave over and over, room by room, cleansing with incense and holy water as you go, making sure that the last room that you do has an open window or door where anything trapped can escape out. Now, if you don't have any entity issues, but just want to shore up your defenses, then you may not need to do all of this. All you need to do in that regard is the next step, which would be to take some uncrossing oil and make a little cross above the doorways and windows of your home, especially any outer doors or windows, that is to say along an outside wall. That will help prevent unwanted entities from getting in your home, like the little stink bugs that they are. Now, I did all the inside doorways also from room to room, but whether you do so is completely up to you, because unfortunately the oil is going to leave an unsightly mark. You are going to have a visible little cross of oil, and it's entirely reasonable that somebody wouldn't want that. But to me, that's worth it because it cuts down on any movement in the home if something does manage to get in. They will have a more difficult time moving about your home. And for a lot of them, it's just not worth the hassle. There are a lot easier targets out there than you when you start applying these methods. So those are the top ways for you to stop a demonic invasion or lower mischievous astral entities. And again, I go over a lot of this stuff in just lesson 1 in the Laws of Magic course, which I'm going to offer 30% off. That's 30 through this video only. A link will pop up here in the video and in the description. So for those of you who haven't gotten it yet, you may want to take advantage of this opportunity. I also have other programs available over at mindandmagick.com. Check them out when you get a chance, and I will see you next time. Take care.